Alright, hello guys and welcome back to my channel for another review of Hot Toys. This time we have Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars. This is a Hot Toys TMS095. I had this for about a week, couldn't get to it until now. I have not seen anything on the figure. I have not opened it. I did see a couple of reviews from other people, but yes, we have the Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars with the Clone Wars armor on. And you have the two portraits. You have Obi-Wan with the Ewan McGregor's look, or the Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet on. And as always, we got the Hot Toys box, the gray and black, with the picture of the figure itself. Another picture of the figure. Blue and yellow logo over here that goes around on the side with another picture of it. This is a good pose. I think I'm going to do that. For mine. On the back side, of course, we get all the information about the figure itself for the people that made it, and on this side, a little overflow of what the figure looks like over here. We're gonna open it, and then on the inside we have the figure of Obi-Wan without the cape part of it, and then he's fighting Grievous. On this case, it looks like it might be the Grievous from Sideshow Collectibles, because they, Hot Toys announced that they're working on their own Grievous instead of the Sideshow, with die-cast attachments. Not attachments, but the joints and stuff. They're gonna be die-cast, because if you remember, if you ever seen my review of the General Grievous, the figure is very shaky. It's very flimsy because the joints are very tricky on the figure. But if you haven't, just go ahead and look on my channel and you can see a review of that figure itself. And then we get the insert out of there, and inside you have the regular style clamshell with the figure itself in there. Okay, we take the top off, and we can see in here we got the accessories on one side or the other. You got the figure in here, and the instructions that we're going to be reading just to make sure we're not messing anything up. It does have rolling eyeballs for this figure. Let's take a look at the figure itself. I mean, I love the helmet, but Obi-Wan Kenobi portrait, that's the one I would like to display him. He looks really good so far, so good. This is from the Clone Wars animated show, but they made it look into like the live action actor that plays Obi-Wan. And yes, we're going to take all the protective stuff off of them. We're going to lay all the accessories on the table, and we're going to get a closer look and see what Obi-Wan looks like. Okay guys, and here's Obi-Wan and all his accessories laid on the table. And as always, we're going to start with the base. We're going to talk about the base. This is just your regular Hot Toys, I don't know, Star Destroyer floor base. As always, it's painted in a dark gray, and it has some silver brush in there on the those steps right there. And then on the front you have the Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars name tag. And as always, I love it, crotch grabber. So these are the best ones because it keeps from messing up the figure itself, especially these kind of figures that have the belt and stuff. So this is the best one. We have accessories. I don't know if we can call accessories or not, but this one is. But we got extra couple of wrist pegs, just in case we get one that messes up. And then on here you have the little pegs that will hold the lightsaber if you want to use the lightsaber on his belt. It will plug into the lightsaber, and then you have the lightsaber going in here with the little peg. You can use it or not, that's up to you. It has a shorter one for when you're using the lightsaber, because lightsaber itself has to have a little peg in there, and then you got a little long one like this one to make it stand out a little bit, so you can put the lightsaber on his belt. And of course, separate eyeball rolling fixture that we have here, because it has the moving eyeballs both separately. In this case, we have his binoculars. Very nice, neatly painted. It looks just like a Game Boy or something that they took out. You know, they took from there. You can see all the details in there. It looks amazing. On either side, I think this is the top, so maybe, or maybe that's the top. I'm not sure. We're going to look at it a little later, but yeah, you have a little bit of a silver painting on it for the buttons and stuff, and then you know, just grade it out or paint it. Glasses in there, the glass. It's a little nice detail that comes with it. Of course, we have our hologram. In this case, we got Anakin Skywalker. It looks like it's the Clone Wars, also the one we already reviewed this figure. If you want to go back on my channel, look into it. It looks amazing. Even the little cape over here is translucent as well. And then the weird thing, I guess, because it's having the stand-up pose, you can have him on 2 pegs, because as you guys know, it's going to go into the communicator right here, and the communicator has 1 hole. So if he would have been standing up, you would not have a way to attach to him. So they did do the base. They added a base to the figure itself, and then it goes in there. Just be careful when you do it, real careful. I don't really use it too much, but I just don't want to break anything. But yeah, basically goes into that little peg there. I'll do it out, out of the, out of the review, and then off camera, and then we'll put it in there because I just don't want to push it too much. But that's how it goes. And then I think it's nothing changed on this. I think everybody uses the same one. So you have the little communicator with the copper looking color and the little pieces here. These are harder plastic than before. They still move a little bit, but it's a harder plastic. Some of them are really soft, so be careful when you hold this. You don't want to break them, but you can see the details in there. It looks really good. And before I get into the lightsabers and stuff, this is, I don't know what Hot Toys is doing lately. It's not giving enough pairs of hands. It's like we get hands, but we don't have a pair of the same hands. So for an example, this one already comes with a almost relaxed hand on his left hand, as you can see. Almost he can be holding the communicator, so it's not completely relaxed. And then you have on this hand a trigger hand, which I don't know why, because we don't have any blasters. It would have been nice if they added a blaster, but if you had a blaster from other figures, he could be holding it, but it's a trigger hand. And then the only one we have pairs is you got the left and the right lightsaber holding hands. Already attached all the clone armor to it, and paint it glossy black, so you can see the detailing on the gloves itself. That really good, looked really good. But this is the only pair of hands that we have. The rest of them are not pairs. We have a left hand force power user, like we saw on the box itself. And then we have a left hand pose, like he does in the movies and the cartoons itself, pointing fingers. That's his stance when he's gonna fight. All of them are painted similar. There's some weathering on the armor itself because they've been used. We have 2 lightsaber blades, one with the movement swoosh lightsaber. You can see that it's a little darker on this side and a little lighter here, meaning that it's going this way and leaving a mark. I've never used these, but it's a nice touch. If some of you use it, let me know, but I don't use them. And then you have the blue lightsaber here, which is very lighter than this other one. So the bluest part of the swoosh one is darker than the actual lightsaber that we have here. And it does have a light up feature on the lightsaber itself, so we'll see how it looks like with the power on. The lightsaber itself here, this is the Hero lightsaber, which, you know, is the Obi-Wan episode 3, 2, and I guess 2 as well. I don't know. This is the little peg that we were talking about. That's the hole right here where you're going to put the peg so you can put it on his tool belt right here hanging if you want to use it like that. I think it's mainly episode 3. Clone Wars and episode 3, I guess. And nice detailing and nice painting. It looks amazing. This lightsaber is amazing. And of course, you have either one of the lightsaber that you're going to attach to it. So you can have this one right there or the other one. But I prefer to have this one. So that's what the lightsaber will look like. And then if you take this off and go to the one that has power to it to light up, it's the same. It's basically the same. I wish most of the times that they have this coming out of the back side of it. So when you grab them, you won't risk to mess up the cable itself, because it could happen. And this already have the attachment over here, there. So I'm not sure why it's already there. You can use the other one. I guess it's going to be in his hand, so you need just a shorter attachment, because it's not going to be lit up on his belt. But yeah. And then you will attach this one as well to the hole, and then interchangeable. And again, like most of the reviewers say, it does not come with the USB connector to it, so we have to buy cables if you need them, and there's no batteries to it. So this is your battery pack, which you're going to connect this side to the USB type C connector, and then on the top you can they have the same box for everybody, almost, except for the Vader. The Vader have one on the side too, but you can have these connected. I'm going to read the instructions, but it's basically the same for all of them. On, off, and another on. 3 settings for this case. I don't know why, because he only has that. They usually get the 3 settings is for, let's say, Darth Vader. It's got the chest plate and the belt lights and stuff, but this one is just for the lightsaber. We'll see how it works. And then, as always, we have the attachment for the power box itself, that this one will connect to the stand. So you'll slide it over here so you won't mess up your figure if you want to do that. Or you can have the other one that attaches to the belt itself on the back of his belt. And you attach it like that, so it will be hidden behind here on the belt right here. So you put it down there, and then I think I might use this for just for the review. I might use that one. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but yeah. So we go to the other specialties. In this case, we have Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet already with the visor attached to it. You will be able to remove it and have just no visor. Just simple. It's got the little edges there, and you can attach it back. And then also you have the little antenna. These don't move. These antennas, it's not like the Commander Cody or Rex that it has the little visor there, and it goes, the targeting system goes down. But that's your helmet, little weather down, whichever option you want. And there's nothing inside, because this is a helmet that can be worn on the figure itself. You'll take the head off and then attach this one to it, so you don't have to actually put it over the head and look awkward. And then for the last accessory, we have the cape, which is wired, and it's weathered down and messed up going through war, and you know, it's got everything eaten up on the sides and on the bottom. There's no holes that I see. That's not a hole, and you know, no weather and other than that, other than the edges. And then you have this hard part. This is a hard piece that you won't move, and this will attach with magnets to the armor right there. So it'll stay there, which is awesome. That way you don't have to have any clips or anything. And it does have the wires here, so you can do the little, you know, mimicking some poses and stuff. So there's 2 wires going down, one going down this side and then one going down this side here. And they're not at the end of the cape, they're a little in, because the end of the cape has got the cuts. So they had to put the wire a little inside there, which is awesome. You can do some poses on it. John Mason, I love this. I love this accessory. Very nice stitching too, but that's material, very light material, and you can see through the, you know. But yeah, that's awesome. I do not imagine him without this, but you know, you could have it if you want to. For the figure itself, we already talked about the hands. Let's look at the head sculpt. Trying to get it. Really looks just like a younger Ian McGregor between episode 2 and 3. Really good look. I think they're using the same one for the Mandalorian armor, with the red armor, which I'm not going to get that one. There's too many Obi-Wans at the moment. It's an amazing figure, but I did not get it. You see the part lines over there for the hair. Yeah, he's looking really good. I love it. And then since the head is attached to the neck with the new type of neck connectors, like this one, which are better, so you don't risk, you know, breaking the little pegs in there or push too hard. And it has the little guidance in there to put it exactly where it goes. And then if you want to switch to the Clone Trooper helmet, you will just, you know, slide it there. And then there's a little, it does a little click a little bit sometimes. Just be careful when you push it in right there, or it will be kind of loose. So you have to make sure that you're guiding it exactly the way it goes, and then so it won't fall off the helmet. But yeah, I mean of the neck. In terms of the eyeball rolling, since we already have the head off, you have 2 separate eyeball rolling there. You have the attachment that you could be using, which is this one. But I kind of it's kind of complicated to try to move it and try to adjust the eye. Most people go with the finger and just move it around like that. You can move one at a time, like that, and then you move the other one. We'll do a crazy Obi-Wan. But just to give an idea what, you know, what it does. Usually you can put it either moving to the side, or you can put it a little higher to make it look a little bit better, because the eyes are always not completely center. Depends where you're looking at. But yeah, that's your Obi-Wan eyeball rolling feature. This one is a little lower, but we'll fix it later on. But that's basically what it is. I did it with my fingers, and you know, it's sticking out over there, so it's easier just to get it like that. So, and then we'll put the head back, and be careful when you put your head back after you set up your eyes, because sometimes you might hit the eyeball rolling features and you will move your eyes again. So you have to make sure that, see, that moved the eye. So that's what I was trying to do. Trying to show you how the eyeballs will move if you're not careful. So yeah, there's a guide there that you got to follow. Let's see where's the light. So just make sure you get the guide going through it. And you can see the notches on the neck itself. There's some notches over here that it just goes on the neck itself. So make sure not to touch anything. You put it in there. And then it did click on me. There you go. It clicks, and then the head won't fall off. So looking at the Obi-Wan itself, you have this pads, shoulder pads over here. They are a little loose. I think they're Velcro in, so that way you get that range of motion, and you won't bother when you're moving the arm up or down. Same thing for this side. It's got the Jedi symbol on this side, already been weathered down, messed up. So that's amazing. And as you can see, it goes, this one goes in and it won't bother the clothes itself, and this one goes over it. So that's awesome. We have the cream looking robe for him, and the undersuit, kind of mimicking clone trooper armor, clone trooper clothes. It goes over here too. There is fabric, so it's not like rubber like stormtroopers and stuff that they used to make before the figures. So it's very very bendy, so you can not hinder your pose. So this is amazing. And even when you want to roll it, you can roll the separated joint in there too. These parts here, they adjust, they match the pattern on the top part of this, so that way it will always look like it's not going to hit anything. So when you do it like this, you can see where it's supposed to go at. You can still move it around. It moves around. If you do it on the top, it moves around with it. But we see the belt is attached with Velcro, which I love it. They started using Velcro on all the figures. That way it's easier if you need to either replace it or do something with it, or sometimes the clips will break and then you have to replace that or glue it, and it's just a big mess. At least I have that. It looks like it is pleather, and we have some molded plastic pouches, painted leather. That another piece here is also molded plastic to put the lightsaber attached in there. The little buckle, you can always move it around if you need it. If it's not center, it doesn't matter. And then the other pouch is similar to the one on the left side. So, and then the rope going down, I was checking for wires. I think this is the only one that's got wire. This one don't. I don't see any wires on these. Yeah, it's got one on the back. Okay. So this one's got a wire, so you can do the, like when or dynamic pose. This one don't have a wire here, but you have a wire that starts down here. It goes all the way around, so you can actually pose it. And then you can do your hero pose, so you don't have to be straight down. Going down to the knee guards and the shin guards, Clone Wars style. Amazing. Goes around, wraps around here. There's molded plastic, but there's kind of loose, so you can have your posing when you're moving over. You won't hinder your knee, so you can see the articulation. And this always stays there. That's awesome. And when you go down, it just goes under it. And then you have the boots, which they're split from the leg itself, so you can have turning up and down and swivel, and there's no hindering on that. And then you can always move this down a little bit as it's attached to the clothes itself, I think. I'm not sure. So you can move it down so you won't expose the little ankle there. So yeah, that's your Obi-Wan figure. We're gonna try the lightsaber first, see how much of a light it puts out, because some of them we've seen on the past that is not bright enough, like the Mace Windu Clone Wars. It's not really bright. So let's hope this one will brighten up the figure itself. Maybe that's why it's less dark than that one, because the light will show better. On the Mace Windu one, it will show only over here because it was painted very dark purple, so you really can see the light. So I'm going to get the USB connector, and then we're going to try the light and see what it looks like. Okay, and here we have our Type-C connector, the ones that don't include with the figures. I wish they did, because part will go to your box, the power box, which you don't include as well. And then you have the Type-C attachment right here, and you just go in there, and then we're gonna attach to either one of those the end of the lightsaber, see which one does what. Okay, so we have this attached to it, the lightsaber already plugged into the box. I plugged in on this side, and let's see what happens. We're gonna go, we have on off and on off, so we're gonna go up, and there's your lightsaber right there. It's very bright. I like that. Even with the lights itself, with the studio lights, and still very bright. You can see it. It turns very dark. And then we're gonna go to the bottom one and it does the same thing. There's no difference. You can see the light goes all the way through. Now we're gonna connect it to the other port and see if there's any difference on that. Take it out of here. Alrighty, we got it on the other port and see, same thing. Okay, same strength too, so it's no problem. There's no difference in one or the other. I'm trying to push the thing so at the same time. Alrighty, and then let's try it with the other swoosh attachment. Alright, we get the swoosh attachment and then we're gonna hit it. And then this one, of course, it does light up a little bit at the bottom. It's darker over here and it's too much to go through it, but it does show. I'm gonna show you with the lights off in a second, but yeah, that's what it does. And then there's no difference between one up or down, so that's good. You can't mess it up. Alright, we're gonna turn the lights off. Okay, right now we only have the light coming out of the window to the right. And you can see it's still lit up pretty well, pretty nicely. And then let's see with the other one, how it looks like at low light levels. You can see it, how bright it is. It is great. I like it. And then it has, I don't know if you can tell, but it has like little bubbles inside or something. It's just the material the way it is, and it looks, I don't know if it's on purpose or not. It's just the way it's done, but I like it having those bubbles in there. It really makes everything pop, so I like it. Yeah, it's pretty good under low light. All right, that's been the figure. We're gonna do a couple of poses and we're gonna talk about what we think about it. I'm gonna leave the light on, even though you don't get the cable. Well, we're gonna talk about it in a second. So yeah, we're gonna leave this on and we're gonna do some posing on Obi-Wan. Okay, guys, for my first pose, I wanted to test the figure, almost go all out with it on his like your move stance, and it's working out. I don't know if he comes through the camera a lot or not. Let me readjust the level of it, go a little higher. That's more like it. That's kind of like where somebody will be looking at the figure from. If you know, yes, you got the cable. You can actually, if you have room, you can hide the cable behind stuff, you know, or whatever you're gonna put it on. You know, you have to have the cable. On this case, the cable has a little bit of wiring in, like a little possibility, so you can actually bring it down some and try to kind of hide it behind him, like that. So it won't show up on that side, and then you can adjust it on this side and mess with it. But for now, we'll do it like this. This is your basic Obi-Wan all out, your move. And let me bring it in some and show you what I'm talking about. And if you bring it in and you can look at him, I did move his eyes a little bit to match the pose itself. Right there. Put them a little bit to the side. I look at a little bit online picture and it's looking a little to the side. You have that. You can bring it up a little bit too if you need to. It all depends. Like I said, it all depends where you're looking at this from. I have the cable box is on his back right there. I put it on his belt. The cape is hiding it anyway. I like the Obi-Wan with the cape, even though on this pose might not have it because he's getting ready to fight. Lightsaber on. We're gonna bring it back a little bit and I'm gonna turn the lights off and see what it looks like with the lights off from the studio and the overhead light. There we go. Let's see. Even without that, and let me do the overhead light, it looks he looks really good, even with that. And this one will pop the armor more. It looks amazing. If you don't want to use that, you don't have to. This figure is awesome. I don't know what else to do with him. I'm gonna try to get a different pose, but I really like this one. I really do like how it came out. I think it looks amazing that way. But just to let you know, you have, like the picture on the box. You can do that. Stands. You can do the clone helmet on. We can put the clone helmet on if you want to. There it is. What it's going to look like. You have the hero stance. That's less problems for the figure itself. I mean, there's so many options you can do. I don't know. I wanted to test this one because I think this one looks the best for the moment. And then, yeah, I did put the clone helmet at the bottom. I don't like the way the clone helmet looks on him. Let me show you. Okay, there's the clone helmet on him. I mean, it does not look bad at all. I just don't. I like to see Obi-Wan. They did so great on the portrait that why would you want to hide Ian McGregor's face? They did so good on it. Look at the details on the beard. Even up to the, he's got molds on his head, the actor itself. So even they have that. The wrinkles on the forehead, the hair. I mean, I don't know if everything comes through the camera well, but look at that portrait. I mean, that looks amazing. So that's the reason why I did the figure without the helmet on. All right, guys, and that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna just keep him that way. I just wanted to test the joints and on the figure itself, and everything worked out so great. I mean, he just hold off really well. I was looking at pictures, and that's actually how he's holding his lightsaber when he's fighting. So we can do a 360 if you want to. You can loosen up the cable, and I can show you all around how this figure looks. I mean, I'm absolutely amazed with it. And then you can, bring it up some because he does arch his back some when he's doing that. So you can see the cable what I'm talking about. You can actually mold it to hide it a little bit more, so you can hide it. And from the front, you're not going to see it. So you can always mess with it a little bit, I'm not going to have it on because that's the one thing I wanted to talk to you on the last thoughts of this figure. I love figures that has the lightsaber on, okay? And you can have actually a lightsaber without having to have the batteries attached to the arm. You have to take the whole forearm and try to mess with it because the lightsaber is already attached to the hand, and you don't have the range of motion like other figures do. Just because this one comes separate, you can do all that. You can do this, for example, stance. The pros about it, it's not going to rust. You're not going to have to switch batteries all the time. The cons is that you're going to have your cable, your own power box. And, if you have many figures, you can figure out a way to have all of them plugged in at the same time. But if you have a bunch of them that you want them to light up, I mean, how are you going to do that? It's on your display. It's going to be a pain in the butt. But eventually it will be better than just having a battery. So I know the DeLorean came with Type-C USB as well, so you can do that instead of having the batteries rusting. My Batmobile did not. If you look at my review, it has batteries only, so that's a problem because you're gonna have to take them out all the time. You don't want to leave them there because it's not gonna be on 24/7, and it's not gonna be, you're not gonna be taking the batteries in and out every day. So you either leave them on there for a while and you have to remember to take them off. So, but with cables, no rusting, and it lasts longer. So, but yeah, guys, I really love this figure. If you have pre-ordered yours and you have yours, let me know in the comments, what do you think of the figure itself? If you like it, if there's anything you don't like about them. I don't know about the hands, this is the only thing I can say about the hands, not having pairs, or a blaster, maybe, but I don't know. This figure is amazing. So if you guys have it, let me know. If you don't, you're on the fence, I would say just get it before it's the price goes up, because this is a nice figure. And imagine him beside Mace Windu or Anakin, Clone Wars. And then you can have Yoda, Dooku. This figure is amazing. So I'm going to display him like that. That's the reason why I didn't do other poses like I usually do, because I like the way this came out like that. So, but yeah, guys, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought about this review. I have Padawan Anakin Skywalker from episode 2 to do the review. I'm going to do that next. I'm going to post it right after this one, after I'm done editing. And then we have a third-party Superman animated series figure coming too. So stay tuned for those. I hope you like it. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and leave a comment. I will try to answer all the questions. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys then.